Hello, in this tutorial we'll go over everything that isn't campaign related in the software. Um, Here you'll of course see your track record over time. You'll be able to switch between daily, weekly, and monthly. And here is a quick way of seeing like if you've connected with someone new, if you've replied to someone new, etc. If we scroll down here, you can set up new tasks to do with this button over here. It could be normal things like just remember to check up with this person, schedule it for future dates, add links, quite easy things. If we go back here to the dashboard, scroll down, this is LinkedIn's social selling index because LinkedIn don't want the selling on their platform to just be, like normal advertisement on Instagram. They want it to be social. So they reward users that are more social. The more social you are on their platform, the more connection requests and messages they'll allow you to send out each month. And in return, the more you'll sell. So, what do these 5 different things mean? If we start from the bottom, build relationships. As you can see, this is almost maxed out for me, and this is connecting with new people. That our software will just go on autopilot. Engaging with insights is instead reblogging other people's content. It's liking their content, commenting on their comments, etc., etc. So, engaging with other people on the platform. Find the right people, you'll increase by using, for example, Sales Navigator. It's searching for other people and it's identifying, connecting with a lot of people in different companies. Instead of connecting with just one person or everyone in one company, it's connecting with one person from, several different types of companies who maybe has connections to the university you went to. The top one, establish your professional brand, is filling out your profile. It's updating your profile from now on, using a new profile picture. It's posting, and the more comments and likes your post gets, the higher this one will be. If you checked out my profile, I barely post, yet I'm always almost halfway to the top. And that is because the more the people that engage with your like articles, etc., the higher it will get. And if you include a link in your campaign to one of the articles you've written, for example, one of your previous customers that were very successful, not only will that help people, make people want to join you and hire you for your services, because they see you have a track record, but it will always also make sure that LinkedIn thinks, oh, a lot of people is checking out this person's article. Let's allow him to send out more invites, etc., etc. So I really recommend if you land a big new client, if you have a very successful client, ask them if you can't do a quick interview and post a quick article or a video on LinkedIn showing how successful they were after they started working with you. Okay, let's go down from campaign to the Unibox. Here in the Unibox, you'll be able to see all the messages from people who accepted you, who replied to you, etc., etc. And here you can also filter them. If you press a person, you in the top right corner here, you see this blue, you can assign them a tag. You can add additional tags or use the tags we've created to sort of filter your prospects depending on how interested they are. Then, of course, you can archive individuals. You can mark them as unread, so change them from read to unread again. You can star different replies. Add profile to a blacklist, so you'll never contact this person in any sort of way again. And resume automation. If you put on the option to pause a prospect if they've replied to you, and if they, for example, say something like this, oh, how fun, something, completely random, then you can just press this and it will throw them back into the campaign again once more. Really useful. In the bottom here, you can schedule messages to be sent out, so they don't need to be sent out right away. You can take notes on the individual, include emojis, of course, very important. And my favorite feature, add a saved reply. You can, by pressing manage here or going down to personalize, you can add predetermined replies. So for example, if they ask, okay, how long have your company existed? You can just create a predetermined reply and automatically send that out. Or just, press this. And that's just, oh, I love that feature so much. It saves so much time. Here you can filter by unread, replies, reminders, starred, etc., all archived. So, for an example, conversation could look something like this. We're like, oh, hey, I talked to her. She responded. I send an automatic response, and she said, oh, we'd love that. Do you have a time somewhere next week? And then I sent this. So this was the only thing in this whole conversation that I did manually. The rest was just on autopilot. If we jump down then to activity, this will be your total activity on the platform. So here you can, for example, look on specific individuals, check them out. You can pause the individual, throw them back into the campaign, copy them and move into another campaign, etc. The usual, delete the prospect, edit the lead, the link you see to their profile. Here is where in the sequence they are. So for example, if they just connected, it will show this here and it will show what the next step is. Here you can take notes for specific individuals and reminder. And of course you can set up custom, select the campaign, and add different tags to each individual. Great. If we jump down to accounts here, you'll of course be able to connect your LinkedIn account, and you'll be able to connect your email. I really recommend to connect your email. You get so many more leads through that, because definitely the older generation really responds well to emails. So I highly suggest setting that up here. We will have two different tutorials, one for Gmail and one for Office and Outlook. Here you'll be your profile. If you're an agency, you'll be able to check out the users you have here in the agency. You'll be able to check each individual user's stats, etc. But that will be more in a different tutorial. And this, of course, will be your agency, where you can set up different things and make it easier for your users. For example, your different sales reps, employees, to handle them, and you can jump into different accounts, etc. Personalize. Here you can save different message templates. So, for example, here in generic templates, these are templates that other users have created and asked us to save because they wanted to share it with you guys. So these are just some standard English templates. User templates, this will be the templates you've saved on your own. So if you create a template in the campaign, you press the save template button because you want to use it again in the future, you'll be able to see them all here, and you can add more by pressing this add button. Agency templates are templates that we really liked, and templates which we recommend you to use. So we add them here overall. So top one, what other users have created. Middle one, templates you've created. Last one, templates we've created, message templates. Saved replies we went over earlier, but you can add new replies here and delete them or edit them. Placeholders is a way of replacing a variable or adding new ones. Instead of just writing, first name and the system will always use the lead's first name. You can add your own variables, which will be used instead of searching for words. This will be a whole video of itself because it can be a bit complex, so I won't dive too much into it, but I highly recommend playing around with it. Tags were the tags we saw in the inbox. You can create your own. You can see how many individuals are in different tags, etc., etc. Webhooks. If you want to add your favorite software, then of course you should be able to do that. Press add a webhook, fill in the URL, the information, the event type. If you want, when you've invited someone to connect, once they've accepted, when the new user is registered, etc., etc. If we jump down to saved flows, if you really liked a campaign, you can save that campaign for future usage. So for example, I've saved a campaign here called Replic Flow, where I send out a video using a software called Replic. And I really love that one, but you can create your own and add them, like save them to the future. And here you can, of course, press edit and jump in and edit that campaign even more. So let me just show you. Here in the top right corner here, you press save flow and they will go right back to where we were. Okay, we're almost done. Let's go down to the bottom here. Integrations. Here you have, standard predetermined integrations, which we've added for users that really like them, such as HubSpot, High Level, Pipedrive, Hyperize, Drop Contact, and Snow.io. The two bottom ones are email softwares. If you don't want to use, your own emails, it can help you to scrape emails from Sales Navigator. Hyperize allows you to include GIFs. And it allows you to add the name of person you're contacting on that GIF. So one I really like to use is I use a cup of coffee, or I hold up 2 cups of coffees. I add my name to 1 cup of coffee, and then I add the person I'm trying to contact's name on the other cup of coffee, and I say, "Oh, can I tempt you with a virtual coffee?" or something like that. Pipedrive, same thing. It's a sales pipeline, high level, a marketing software, HubSpot, a CRM. Great. Team is if you have an agency, you can check out all those. Blacklist, if you want to make sure that no one in your team or whatever contacts certain individuals, you can blacklist job titles, you can blacklist companies or certain profiles. Auto withdrawals, very important. LinkedIn restricts you to only have 1,000 connection requests out in the world at the same time. Meaning, if, for example, you contact a person who's been inactive for 4 years, that connection request will be wasted forever, out in the void, never to return. Our software then auto withdraws those connection requests, and after how many predetermined days, so those requests aren't wasted. I recommend 21 days simply because some people just don't use LinkedIn that much, and maybe they log in once a month at the maximum, and then they'll see your connection request and they'll accept after 3 weeks and log in. But if it goes more than 3 weeks, we draw it back out of withdrawal. Alerts, you can set up alerts so you get a notification if you get a new reply, if you get an email response, etc. Holidays, a really good thing we've added. So for example, previously, if it was Christmas or something like that, you had to jump in and pause your campaigns. Now you can add certain holidays and they will be automatic. Your campaigns will be automatically paused for the holidays and resume after the holiday. One thing that's worth to keep in mind here is that the holiday is based on your time zone. So, for example, if you're located somewhere in Europe and you put in, okay, Christmas is on the 24th, I'll make sure that my software don't contact anyone on the 24th between these times. Then, if you have a campaign targeting Americans, they're in a completely different time zone, meaning that it might contact them on Christmas. So, if you have international, campaigns, rem- just you remember to just add an extra day around the holidays so you don't contact people. So instead of just having the 24th, if you're contacting people who's a few hours ahead, add the 25th. It won't make it or break it having one less day that your software runs, but you might lose customers forever who would have bought your services if you contact them on Christmas, because some people really don't want to be contacted in their free time. LinkedIn is still, a social platform, but many people connect it with work. So they want to keep work and holidays separated. You can find our support at linkreach.io. You can just navigate to contact us. Here at the bottom, you'll see support at linkreach.io. If you press this button, it will automatically open up an email so you can start writing to us. Please don't book in a meeting for something small like that. We'll, of course, answer it as quickly as possible. If it's super urgent, just contact me on LinkedIn, and I'll make sure to help you. Yeah, that's it. Good luck, and make sure to sell a lot.